Mic check, it's time for In the Trenches. Bucs battles, tales from the benches. No fluff, straight edge defenses. Buccaneer talk, breaking down the fences.
Hello everybody, welcome back to In the Trenches. This is Ian Beckles, and first and foremost, let's show love to our title sponsor, Manny and Gordon. If you want some low budget lawyers, there's a lot of them out there, but if you want some lawyers who know how to actually go to courtrooms and get things done, that's when you holla at Manny and Gordon. Go to fightnegligence.com. All right, let's talk about this Buccaneer game. It's one day late. Usually I do it a day after the game, but life has been hectic lately. So I did get my vehicle back from the storms, and it's quite a while, so I've been vehicle-less, but I feel whole again. But, yeah, thank you. Listen, the only time that kept getting back to reality is when I watch football, okay? So it's actually a beautiful thing to sit back and watch a Buccaneer game. The unfortunate part is, the Buccaneers have fought in the last couple games against teams that are better than them, and they fought and they could have won the game, but they didn't get it done. The only problem is this: it doesn't really matter when you lose a game tight or you lose a game by 30 points. It's a loss. And the Buccaneers are 4-6. They lose 23-20 to a San Francisco team that's a pretty darn good football team, very well coached, a tough physical football team. So here we are, 4-6. Listen to sports radio. People love to talk about the Bucs are 2.5 games out of the. Let me tell you something, okay? Right now, the Bucs shouldn't be talking about any type of playoffs anytime soon. Not with that defense. That is not a playoff defense at all. They're quite a bit behind the 8 ball with the playoffs, and once again, I don't care about playoffs right now. I care about our defense and what it is not getting done, okay? And once again, you're going to hear the Fire Bulls conversations out there. It's inevitable. Every single town that loses talks about it. But this ain't Dallas, okay? In Dallas, they've been losing. This team has been winning. We have a Super Bowl not that long ago. You want evidence that Todd Bowles can coach? I think we've won the South 4 straight years. Gone to playoffs 4 straight years. He doesn't have his 2 best wide receivers. And they're taking the Kansas City Chiefs to over. I mean, what else do you want him to do? He can't catch the ball. He can't throw the ball. He can't rush the passer. So when you lose, it's not always about the head coach. It's usually about the talent. And if you ever thought Todd Bowles was a good coach, he's still a good coach. He's still a very good coach. And if you lose Todd Bowles, he's going to go somewhere else and make their team better. I hate when I hear people say, well, he's not the type of coach to take you to a Super Bowl. What does that even mean? What does that mean? A couple bounces here and there, the Bucs would have been in the Super Bowl a couple years ago. So I don't like that talk. It's fine. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. But to me, Todd Bowles is a great coach. And it's his demeanor on the sideline. He makes mistakes. All coaches make mistakes. Every single one of them make mistakes. And to me, it's all about personnel way more than it is coaching, because he doesn't coach every position. And he certainly doesn't rush the passer. And we cannot rush the passer worth a darn. Now let's start with our offense first. Probably my favorite Buccaneer in the last 10 years has been Tristan Wirfs. And that was from the first time I saw him play until last week when they helped him off the field. From what I hear, it's going to be an MCL sprain. It might be 3 weeks. I thought it was probably a high ankle sprain. It's actually better that it's an MCL sprain, because those high ankle sprains don't ever go away. You don't want that to be chronic. I know all about that. That's not a good thing. So Tristan Wirfs is going to be out for 3 weeks. The Bucs are going to miss him. Anybody would miss him. So School in there, or Schoolie, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. He's not Tristan Wirfs. He'll never be Tristan Wirfs. So we got to figure out ways around not having our quarterback completely, comfortable on his blind side. I was really looking forward to the matchup of Wirfs against Bosa, and for the little bit that they're playing, Tristan was locking Bosa up. Tristan's a bad boy. I'm just telling you. We need to get him back sooner than later. So After the injury happens, the Bucs look different, feels different, but they still figure out a way to score 20 points against a pretty darn good defense. Our boy Bucky is a pretty dangerous kid in the open field. And Liam Cohen needs to figure out ways to get this kid the ball. As a straight running back, he looks good. I think the three-headed running back they're all interchangeable to me. I don't think one is any superior than the other. They all have their strengths, they all have their weaknesses. But what Bucky did to Warner, and that's the best linebacker in the league, you got to take your hat off to that. Okay, so more Bucky would probably be better. Now, I'm going to leave it up to Liam Cohen to tell me who he wants to start. But you could start Rachaad White and still have more Bucky. So I think we're going to end up seeing a little bit more Bucky going forward. Now, this Buccaneer team in general is getting a lot with a little, okay? Because if I'd ask you who started at receiver last game, nobody really started at wide receiver. It was our running backs and Kate Otten. And that's our offense right now. I don't know how far you can take that. I'm not sure how far you can take dinking and dunking to the running backs and throwing the ball to Kate Otten. Listen, Kate Otten's making money. Good for him, okay? Kate Otten's probably our second best offensive player after Baker Mayfield. So he's making money. But you don't want that to be your biggest weapon. Imagine, Baker Mayfield with Kate Otten being as comfortable he is with him right now, and Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. That would be pretty. I mean, it would look a lot different, that's for sure. But I'm not sure that this Buccaneer offense is going to explode or do anything crazy going forward. I think it's been playing well enough to win, but I don't see any 40-point games coming up by the way it's just not explosive. It's not real scary to me. Now, that being said, Baker missed some easy throws in that game, and it was disappointing because he hasn't really been doing that all year. But that play that he stiff-armed Bosa and completed that pass, on a scale of just being a competitor, that's one of the best plays I've ever seen. And I like to compete, and I like people who compete. For a guy at 225 to straight arm a guy who weighs 285 and is one big solid muscle, and to hold him off and wait until the receiver gets open and to time it up and make the throw, I thought as far as competition goes, that was an A1 play. And I don't think you have to be a Buccaneer fan to be a fan of his competitive nature. Sometimes it looks like it's going to get him in trouble though, because he surely doesn't like to slide. But I'm okay with my quarterback not sliding and showing the rest of his team that he'll take a lick unless you're Tua. Tua needs to get down, definitely. So offensively, a lot of dinking and dunking, some screens. Liam Cohen is kind of doing the most out of what he has, but it kind of worries me going forward because I just don't see a lot of offense coming out any more than we've had. And I think it's been enough here. Now, let's get to the side of this team that has been abysmal, okay? I want to say they're ranked 30th before the game. I don't know how they possibly could have went up. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. Quarterbacks torture us all the time. If you give a quarterback 4 seconds, they're going to all torture you. Every one of them. I don't care what their name is. Even Daniel Jones. Maybe not Daniel Jones. But anybody other than Daniel Jones, he'll probably torture if you give him that much damn time. There was too much damn time out there, okay? I saw Joe Tryon-Shoyinka get a sack when he was unblocked. Congratulations, good for you. The rest of it I don't really get. It's just not enough consistent pass rush. And without a consistent pass rush, your defensive backs have no chance. That Ricky Purcell touchdown, the first one, is wide ass open. And, I see Whitehead there. I see Antoine Winfield Jr. there. That's supposed to be the best safety tandem in the whole NFL, and I don't think they're playing that way. And this kid, Ricky Purcell, who just shot in the chest here not too long ago a robbery attempt. If he keeps on playing like this, he's going to make some money himself because he's quite the fan favorite already, and it's been quite the story. But defensively, this Buccaneer defense is not going to win any games for us. I mean, when's the last time we played a solid defensive game? You know, we get a rough in the passer by Kalijah Kancey in the fourth quarter, and we're up 17-13, and you hit the quarterback out of bounds for 15 yards. I mean, that's maturity. All right, that's just that's like something that a Chamberlain football player would do. And I would think that Kalijah Kancey would be a little smarter than that, but clearly he wasn't. On the Kittle TD, which was a brilliant play by Purdy, but how brilliant does the quarterback have to be when he gets 8.5 seconds to throw the ball? That's a long time. That clock went off twice, because 4 seconds is a long time for a quarterback. 8.5 seconds, you're a DB, how the hell you going to cover somebody for 8.5 seconds? It ain't going to happen. So, as a whole, I just don't think we're that talented defensively. I don't. I mean, our defensive line, Vita Vea makes some plays, but he's our best pass rusher. That can't be it. Britt has been a liability in the past for sure. Lavonte David makes his plays, but it's not enough anymore. And our defensive backfield, I'm just not overly impressed by the whole thing. I'm not. Statistically, the Bucs had 215 yards and San Francisco had 413 yards. We gave up 338 yards passing, 6.8 yards per play. 6.8 yards per play. That's not winning football. 24 first downs, none of that's winning football. That's when I'm hearing Buccaneer fans talk about, oh, we should have won. No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. When you're giving up 50% third down efficiency, they have 61 plays. We give up 3 sacks. We punt the ball 6 times. They punted it once. Where do you see where the Bucs should have won? I don't see it. And I'm not seeing a Buccaneer team that looks like it's going to start amassing a whole bunch of wins. Now, the bye week's coming up here, and it's a media thing to say it's coming in the perfect time. I hate bye weeks. I went through one season, we had 2 bye weeks. That was the worst season ever. It just makes the damn season longer. And 1 week is not long enough to recover. All right? So if you're in the middle of a season, you think 1 week is long enough to recover? Nah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you're amassing that doesn't get better in 1 week. It almost softens you up a little bit. You almost want to keep going. So the Bucs have 1 week to recover from and lick their wounds. And then, listen, the schedule gets substantially better. But shame on you as a Buccaneer fan if you think the Buccaneers are just going to walk into anybody's stadium or have anybody walk in our stadium and it's going to be an automatic win. I don't care who I read off on this paper. There's no automatic wins. No way. No way. The Bucs play the Giants on the 24th. Now, if you want something that's close to one, the Giants don't look very good, but I'm still not in the school to say that the Buccaneers are so damn good and they're going to go to New York in November, almost December, and just walk out with a win. You know you're not. That's not that damn easy. Then they have to go to the Panthers, who have figured out ways to win a couple games here. I think they won 2 in a row, if I'm not mistaken. Then they got the Raiders at Raymond James. Then they got to go to the Chargers, which is a long flight. The Cowboys, who stink. Panthers again, and then the Saints. You see any automatic wins on that schedule? I don't, including the Panthers. That's not automatic. No way. They're not good enough to be automatic at this moment. There was a time where I would say, well, they're going to beat the Saints, and they're going to beat Carolina, and they're going to beat the Giants, but it ain't today, unfortunately. And let's stop talking about playoffs right now. Let's start figuring out a way to win a game, and ease up on Todd Bowles, because we seem to do this every time they lose 2 games in a row, and he always figures out ways to figure it out at the end of the year. And I don't see it happening this year, but Todd Bowles is our coach, so embrace him. It'll help. It helps a little bit. If anybody wants to come hang out with us over here at the Dignitary Cafe, 4817 Southwest Shore Boulevard, we are 420 friendly. We have the best kava and kratom in the Bay Area. We have THC drinks, the whole 9 yards. So come hang out with us, and we're getting things back together after those 2 gruesome storms. And, we show love to the other small businesses, and that's what it's all about. So once again, one love to Maddie and Gordon. And I appreciate all you guys and gals listening into In the Trenches. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy your bye week. And let's hope the Buccaneers get it done in a couple weeks, everybody. Peace out.
Straight from Tampa, call it home. Learn from the vets, been there, done that. Breaking down the game.
You know, some law firms, they try to sell you on how big they are. But wouldn't you prefer to know how qualified and experienced and credentialed their lawyers are?
Call Manny and Gordon or visit us at fightnegligence.com.